I wonder what your life is like, isn't everything they say. Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover. I wonder if your life is right, just in case it ends one day. Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover.
I saw a Range Rover today. The guy inside of it was smiling as he drove it away. And for a moment I wanted to say, if only one day I got what he had, I wonder what folks that know me would say. He looks so happy, I wonder if he's always this way. He ever struggled in life, he ever been broke for a day? Did he grow up in a place where most of the folks that he'd hang with gave him hope, but they hate with hopes they could choke it away? I wonder if he bought a bar and pop bottles of dime and lead a club every night with top models and dimes. Does he make it rain more in the night than what my job pays? Does he get to go where he likes and just fly away? And when he get home, how big is the crib he step in? And when the bills due, I wonder if he stresses, or is he living the life, the American dream? Or is everything not really as clear as it seems?
I wonder what your life is like, isn't everything they say. Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover. I wonder if your life is right, just in case it ends one day. Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover.
I saw a Range Rover today, smashed on the side of the road as they towed it away. Thought back to yesterday and I ain't know what to say. Thinking a little different as I pulled over to pray. Wondering if he knew Christ when he left here. Did he have a wife that he left here? Was he planning on wifing her next year? And if he did, how did he treat her? Is the funeral how she gon' find out he's a cheater? Did he have kids? Did he let them know that he loved them? Did he grab her to take for granted the moment to hug him? Was he real to his friends? Was he only a taker? Did he give and not make them feel like they owed him a favor? Was his money on his mind all the time? Did he die with a pocket full of cash and a mind full of pride? Did he love that Range Rover that he lost his life in? Now that they both gone, does he live what Christ is?
I wonder what your life is like, isn't everything they say. Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover. I wonder if your life is right, just in case it ends one day. Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover, Mr. Range Rover.
Alright, so we're back with InDaLight, and you've just seen another video done by Bizzle. Now, Bizzle is an artist that I've really admired from the first time I heard him, and this song is called Mr. Range Rover, and it deals with contentment and seeing others having success and at the same time appreciating where God has you, because He has you exactly where you're supposed to be. So that's a song I thought was really thought-provoking, and it really ministered to me, so I hope it did the same thing for you. Now up next we have an interview with D. Murphy. I know you've probably seen us feature some of his songs before, but now we wanted to sit down and talk with him about his ministry, where God has him going, and just to get an idea of how far he's coming from. So hope you enjoy this episode. InDaLight. We keep moving.
Alright, so welcome back to InDaLight, and we're here with a special guest. Now, no other than D. Murphy.
Thanks for having me, guy.
Welcome. Alright, so tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about how D. Murphy got started, where he is now, and what he has planned for us in store for the future. So D. Murphy, before we even dive into where you are in ministry now, just tell me a little bit of how you got started. Probably growing up, if it was music your passion from that time? Or?
I mean, music was always a love of mine. However, I started going to church. Actually, I got saved when I was 13. And I went to my mother. I said, Mom, I need to get saved. And she was like, no, you're too young. Yeah. But then what God did was that He filled me with the Holy Spirit. So now she had no, no excuse why I can't get
Right,
baptized, you know. So eventually I got baptized, and that's where my relationship started with the Lord. And through my relationship with God, the love of music came into play.
Okay.
So then I started, singing on the Sunday school choir.
Right,
You know, then move up to the youth choir, then move up to the junior choir.
Okay.
Then now the senior choir director. So
Okay.
God is awesome.
All right. So he took you all through those stages.
All through.
Would you say now that experience growing up with probably singing along with older persons was what helped you probably develop your voice as a minister?
Yeah, most definitely. Growing up, but the budget was really tight.
Okay.
And my mom has 6 boys.
Okay.
So I grew up, and we grew up in 1 bedroom.
Wow.
6 boys and her husband. So you do the math. That's what 8 of us. In 1 bedroom, and we had struggles at time. But I remember when I wanted to sing, sometimes Mama will say, "Well, we in the top your nice, y'all make so much nice in the neighborhood." And then when she started building her house, what I would do, I'd go into the empty house,
Okay.
the structure, and then you had that nice acoustic, the
Right,
echo,
the sound, right.
and I would go in there and I would sing and I would hear my voice. And then just the other day, my bishop was saying that he remembered when I was growing up, and I would be singing on the rooftop when the roof got cast. I moved from inside to outside now.
Okay.
And he was
Let the
just
world
saying
hear it.
he remember when I was playing the music and I was singing, and he was like, "Jesus, please, why the boy not stop sing?" But I remember those days, and that's what I used to play, like Kirk Franklin, Daniel McCurkin, Fred Hammond, John P. Key, and I
Okay.
would sing along
Right.
with those tapes. I would record the tapes from Love 101. Yes, so I'd record, and you'll press record, and then whenever the announcer come on, you press pause.
Right. You ain't no talking.
And then you release again. And that's what I did, and recorded myself, so I got used to how I sounded.
Okay.
And that's how I extended my range. So I didn't go to school to learn to sing. Is afterwards now.
Right.
Then I seek, knowledge to actually, perfect the gift.
Okay, cool. Now that's an interesting story. I never heard it like that before. So afterwards, developing that sound and that unique voice that you have, what was the first step? Because I remember the first time I heard you would have been on that Prodigal Son song. Was it Bible in the Air?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
That's the
yes,
first
yes.
time I heard you, and I was like, D. Murphy. I've never heard that name before.
Yeah.
But that was more like a rap vibe. You never really sang on that one.
Yeah. It was more what I like to tell people that, listen, you see, if God has given you a gift,
Right.
He has not given you a gift to put it in a paper bag.
Right.
And only live in that paper bag.
Okay.
He's given you a gift, so guess what? Through all genres of music.
Right.
Once it comes, I will adapt.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
I will adapt to it. So if it's something of more of a pop vibe, I'll do a
go to
pop.
pop
It's
song.
R&B, I'll do R&B. But whatever genre I'm doing,
Right.
it is the good news. It is gospel.
Right. Okay. Cool. But was that your first single, or was there one before that?
No, actually, I'd released a lot of singles. I started working with Radical Yard,
Okay.
Prodigal Sons Company, in I think it's from like 2005 or 2006.
Okay.
But I was always putting out music, but most persons really didn't know who I was.
Before that.
Until I started working with Radical Yard, and that collaboration came about like a year or so after I released my first debut album.
Okay.
So I had an album out when that song came out.
Okay. So all right. In terms of, cause stuff like that, not new to me. Hearing that person's putting out such volumes of work and still nobody gets a chance to hear them, which
Yeah.
is why I really wanted an opportunity to help
Yeah.
them in this way.
Yeah.
But what would you say was one of the biggest downfalls, or one of the biggest drawbacks to growing in that type of industry and not being heard as much as you probably wanted to, based on the volume of work that you were doing?
Our music industry, gospel industry in Jamaica is very small. It is very small. And there's a few persons who are considered headliners. Now, for younger persons coming up, we don't have that much option. There's Love 101.
Right.
And there are a few other, there's a few other, there's TBC.
Right.
There's, and there's a couple others,
Yeah,
NCU,
right.
and Jamaica, Gospel Jamaica,
Yeah,
that just
I've heard
came out
those.
as well. So now there's a few, but back then there was just Love 101, and Love 101 can play so much and no more.
Right.
So, and it's promotion. I think now there's so much more option to actually promote your music yourself.
Right.
And sending your music out there. So, I mean, now persons are hearing a little bit more about D. Murphy,
Right.
but I was always there. It's just that I didn't have the medium that I have now.
Right.
You understand? And if you have a favorite artist,
Right.
you're going to listen to your favorite artist.
true.
And you're going to play your favorite artist.
true.
So it just works with time. They said that, patient man ride donkey.
But I think I understand what that one is saying.
Yeah.
Because now it's probably your turn, to
Yeah.
minister. And persons are hearing, I remember you ministered at Global Praise.
Yeah.
And a lot of persons, based on the feedback I'm getting, they really enjoyed the ministry. And those
Yeah.
two songs that they heard, it was Jesus Whatever and
Outer Body Experience.
Right.
And I
those-
command you, Satan.
Right. So I really enjoyed that set. But I remember you did a song. Well, I think it was you. It was Keep It Blazing.
Yes.
That
yes.
was more like a reggae, more dancehall, gospel type of vibe. Have you done any more of that since, or is it now more like a worship mode that you're in?
Well, I have. I don't know if I should say this on live TV, but I'm not the best DJ. Okay. So my thing is, I like to stay in my own lane. However, I have done some lately. I have done a couple singles. One is called "Wash Me," and the other is called "All the Way."
Okay.
Which I've done that has that same kind of vibe, but it's more of a sing J vibe than a DJ vibe per se.
All right. I mean, I enjoyed what you did with that one. I think it was one of the more light songs on that whole mixtape, I think, or whatever they put out. So I really enjoyed that one. So now I'm getting a chance to see who D. Murphy really is. I remember you did a set at Undershout and Friends.
Yeah.
And for me, just the experience with the band and the backup singers and how you really ministered there, I think there was an anointing there. And that's something I can always appreciate from ministers, because sometimes they can come off very arrogant. And you wonder, how is it you're ministering and then there is some arrogance there. But I enjoyed that set. Now, tell me a little bit about ministering with a track versus ministering with the band. Which one gives you more flexibility, and when would you use which? Just so persons get an idea of why you don't use the band sometimes and why you do.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of factors, but hands down, using a band is much better when it comes on to you having the space to really minister. Because when you have a track, it is set, and if you can't pause and say, okay, Lego, and you might forget where you pause. But if you have a band, you can say, break it down, and they break it down, and you can actually get to really minister and talk from your heart and spill your heart. Now, you might not want to use a band per se if you're at a wedding and there's not the facility to cater to it, or if there's a PA system at a high school or whatever, you might not want to use a band because they might not be able to facilitate that. And then everything costs money, so there is a cost to that. While you might not charge to come and do a track show, the band will say, well, $5,000 me charge still, so so that's why.
Okay, cool. I really want to wrap up in knowing now what D. Murphy has planned. You have another album coming out, or is it just shows that you're doing right now, or you're working on singles? Because people want to know. I mean, for me, it felt like D. Murphy fell off the scene for a good while. And then I went to a show and I was like, D. Murphy, alive. All right. So tell me, what happened? What's happening now?
Well, to address the fell off part,
Right.
what really happened was, it's the Bible says a king has no honor in his own country. And I find that I started touring.
Okay.
And while I started touring, I find out that the support I get is so overwhelming and so much better. And I was able to live. I was able to live. That finance is something I was able to live. And don't be, a lot of artists or ministers, you see that they'll migrate. And that's part of the reason. Because when they go somewhere else, the love they get and the appreciation they get, and people call you and they bless you. You understand? So I was able to travel, you know, and to tour. So I've been on that side for a while.
Okay.
So God has been really, really good. However, for the past year, I've taken, I kind of grounded myself to Jamaica. So I haven't left Jamaica in like a year or so, to really do some ministry in Jamaica.
Okay.
Because I can't go abroad, go dance before me dance.
Right.
You know.
So you have to minister.
So I'm back. I'm back home, and I've been doing some work. Right now, I'm working on an EP that's almost finished. It's called The Framework.
Okay.
And you know, there's single like Wash Me, that will be on it. Jesus Whatever will be on it.
Okay.
You know, Outer Body Experience, and a couple other singles. And there's a new single I just recorded last week.
Okay.
That's called Kele Kele Love.
Kele Love. Okay.
Yes, Kele Love.
That one has piqued interest.
Yes. So and it's African.
Okay.
For throat. They're saying God no need no throat love. He
Okay.
wants you to show love, not just talk about his love or preach about his love or sing about his love, but he wants you to live it.
Right.
So that's what the song is saying about, and I'm excited about that one. I'm excited about it.
Right.
And I promise you're gonna like it too. So that's what I'm working on right now. I have some events coming up. God has been incredible to me, and I'll say that, you see, when you're patient. I remember, as you asked me, while I was growing up. For a period in my life when I was a teenager, I kept fasting and praying. Even when I didn't know why, even when the church didn't send us on fasting as a young teenager, I fasted and I prayed. And I did not know what was the reason for me fasting and praying so much when there's so much good food I could have eat and enjoy myself, go out and all that stuff. But what I find now, I see the reason for that. And I remember I kept, every time I prayed, I'd say, God, I pray that you'll keep me humble, keep me patient. And there was one other thing I always prayed about. And for the life of me, I can't remember it. Maybe there's a reason why. But I know I remember those two. But there's three things I always prayed about. And I find out when I started doing music, I started recording, and I got introduced to the industry, I find that played a very, very, very important part.
Okay.
So me speaking those things into my life previously has helped me tremendously now. So when I see everybody else, you know, getting them, you know, them shine or whatnot, I'm patient, and I still pray and I say, God, keep me humble, because there will be a day when it's my season, and when it's my season, then nobody can actually take my season. I just need to stay in my lane right now. And be grateful for what I have right now. You know, and just trust God. I believe my heart says worship, and that's why any show you call me for or book me for, I guarantee you that when I come, you'll hear my heart, not just the songs I wrote, but if God give me a song on stage, I will sing, and that's why I love band.
You have a cappella if you walk on your track.
Exactly.
All right, so there you have it. D. Murphy has been working, and he explained why we felt like he was missing for a little while, and he's now back and ready to work ministry here, and hopefully, you know, we get to really enjoy some of that. Now, thank D. Murphy for coming through. He's going to minister a couple tracks before we leave. I thank you for watching the interview section on InDaLight.
Hey, hey, let's go. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Jesus, wash me and purify my heart. Wash me, give me a fresh start. Wash me from my ways down to my thoughts. Wash me all over, wash me till me sober. Wash me and purify my heart. Wash me, give me a fresh start. Wash me from my ways down to my thoughts. Wash me all over, wash me. Say, it is very evident in my life you take precedence. Move in and me heart take residence. Move out the partisan. Malice and envy, Lord, run them way. If a bad mind, we boot them way. Chains of jealousy, bandage, hate me, send them back in Jesus' name. Me dirty, ugly, mucky ways, me trade them for good. I am so nice. Hey, Jesus Christ, a boss, that's why Him paid the price. So feel me life belong to you, that flesh still a fight. That's why me day upon me knees, I say wash me and purify my heart. Wash me, give me a fresh start. Wash me from my ways down to my thoughts. Wash me all over, wash me till me sober. Wash me and purify my heart. Wash me, give me a fresh start. Wash me from my ways down to my thoughts. Hey, wash me all over, wash me. Dumb soldiers fighting in this war. Sometimes we get dirty, but we just have to brush it off. Clean up your heart and shine your light in the dark. Don't be ashamed. Say come just as you are. Some say we look like the world because we don't dress the same. But if you're walking out the rain, expect your shoes to get wet. I'm immunized, virus has to die. So don't watch no face, soldiers, stand up in the faith. Wash me and purify my heart. Wash me, give me a fresh start. Wash me from my ways down to my thoughts. Wash me all over, wash me till me sober. Wash me and purify my heart. Wash me, give me a fresh start. Wash me from my ways down to my thoughts. Wash me all over, wash me till me Jesus, wash me. Yep. Yeah. Allah, yeah. Oh. Da da down down. King Jesus, whatever you want me to do. Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your microphone. Whatever you want me to do. Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your microphone. If you say jump, I'll say how high. And even when I think I can't, I will still try. Lord, make me useful in your kingdom. Please don't pass me by. Cause for you I live, and for you I'll die. May my ears be inclined, Lord, to your call. And your hands be a cushion even if I fall. Lord, be my strength in the time of weakness. And your blood-stained banner be my fence. Jesus, whatever you want me to do. Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your microphone. Whatever you want me to do. Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your microphone. I'll praise you to the speakers and the monitors.
I'll even praise you cleaning toilets as a janitor. From the hills in the leather sofa marble tiles, or from the shack in the garrison we're volatile. Worship you through joy and sorrow. Miss it today, but that Jesus know tomorrow. Him fly the trap, the snare, him block the arrows. Him show me favor, not fi beg me, not fi borrow. Whatever you want me to do, Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your. Say whatever you want me to do, Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your microphone. No, create a clean heart in me and purge me with the blood you bled on Calvary. Oh, Jesus, whatever, Jesus, whatever you want. God, I'll preach your word, I will do your will. Wherever you want me to go, Jesus, I'll go. Jesus, I'll go. Jesus, I'll go. Whatever, whatever, Lord. Oh, woo, 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 woo. Jesus, I will do it. I will say it. I will go. Jesus, whatever you want me to do, Jesus, I'll do it, I'll say it, I'll go. I'll be your speaker, amplifier, I'm your microphone. Whatever you want me to do.